Hello, 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 my darlings. Thank you for joining me on A Slice of Life, A Slice of Life. Tonight I want to talk about skirts. Do you know that skirts can make you look sexy? Did you know that? The skirt. I know you like the dress and the tight pants and the blue jeans, but baby, it's nothing like a skirt. And who said so? Well, there's a woman. Let me go back over here for a second. 5 best skirts for black women. 5 best skirts for black women. Her name is Ebony Lifestyle. Look, can you see? Look her up. Look her up. Can you see it? You see her? 5 best skirts for black women. I was like, I'm a skirt girl. I've always been a skirt and sweater girl anyway, but let me tell you about this girl right here. 5 best skirts. Let me go back. Here we go. So you said, Georgianne, what's the 5 best skirts? Well, skirt one. Skirt with over 60. Now, I don't know. I think everybody would look good in this, but the 5 best skirts that make mature black women look sophisticated. Well, I think we look sophisticated anyway. But she said to put the skirt on, it's going to make a difference. Now, the skirt I like is the classic pencil skirt that frames your silhouette. You know, like frame all this right here is framed. You know, they mean like all this is framed. It fits. And they call it a pencil skirt. I don't know why it has that name, but it fits. I have one. And every time I wear that skirt, I get compliments. Now, I don't know if it's the framing from the back or the framing from the side or what frame they're talking about, but I like it. It fits just perfectly. It's straight. It comes below the knee. And it looks good with heels, but mine look good with tennis shoes because that's what I'm having to wear lately, some kind of casual shoe. But it's smooth as silk. Now we're not talking about any kind of straight skirt. We're talking about something that's got some kind of fabric in it, either 100% wool, 100% cotton. But when you no rubber in the waist, that one that fits every little part of your body. That's the kind of, and it's called a pencil skirt. And I understand that we look good in them, but I think all ages, they're saying over 60, but I just think if you got a body, you any kind of body, when you put a pencil skirt on, they're saying that you look, it's something about the silhouette of a nice skirt. We're not talking about cupping the butt. Now see, they're talking about the 60-year-old. We're not going to cup the butt, okay? You're not going to have the butt and this dress do like that. Our skirt is going to have just a little curve, and it's going to come down and give you something to think about. You know, some of the youngins don't give you anything to think about. They want to say, you want to see it? All right. The next skirt is the pleated skirt, a pleated mini skirt, MIDI skirt. I love pleats. It was somebody, Napone, I think that was his name. I'm not sure. But my mother wore his clothes. Albert Nipone. Nipon. I think anyway, my mother loved his clothing because he always had a pleat somewhere. And I fell in love with his clothing also. And so I got myself a gold pleated skirt. And it says to get something with a gold, something shiny. I have a gold, bronzy, shiny pleated skirt. And I feel great when I put that pleated skirt on. But in the video, this lady's video, it says that when you put the pleated skirt on, like it's when you walk by, it has some movement, and when you walk by, the skirt is walking with you, but it's got movement to it, and so it attracts attention, and people say, "Oh, you look so elegant." And you, of course, you have on a nice, get the right bra size, whatever bra size that is, put the nice top on, and then I have this nice pleated skirt. I feel wonderful when I wear that skirt. The next skirt is the wrap skirt. I love a wrap skirt, baby. It wraps. It's got that little, it's a split somewhere in there. We know it's a split. It's no buttons. Now I like I like the African wrap skirts. I do. At the African shop up in Atlanta on Lee Street. Used to be, I guess it's still called Lee Street, at the African shop. And I know the name of it so well, but I'm just going to call it the African shop. Everybody knows where the African shop is in the West End, up on Lee Street, right by Spelman, Morehouse, all that. There's an African shop there. and they have the wraps, and you take it and you wrap it around you. There are no buttons, and then you can just, when you sit down, you have to be careful that your knee doesn't show, or you might want your knee to show. I don't know, but I love a wrap skirt. I think it's sexy. I really do. The next skirt is a high-waisted A-line. Now, I'm not crazy about that. That's to come under the breast. You see, but I do like. I'm not bad. But the skirt comes up under the breast, and then it's tight right there, because this is the smallest part of your body right here, whatever that small is. Now, it may not be hourglass small, but it's still the smallest part of the body. And so you put the skirt up here under the breast, and then you may put a belt up there. Sometimes it looks cute. I don't know. I'm top heavy, so I don't know if I want all that and then the belt. That may be a look, but it's not bad. It's not bad. People say, if she's saying that the high-waisted A-line, she says, screams timeless sophistication. Now, I didn't say that. You see? Can you see all that? That's what she said. It screams timeless. But I've seen that look. If you're smaller, I think it looks great to have it tight up here, and then have the A-line like you're floating. It was a woman back in the day, you all don't know. She used to come out, Loretta Young, and she used to come out on her show, and she would swirl around in her skirt, and then she would lean against the piano. It was just, I liked the way she looked when she did that. Yeah, so it's not a bad idea, high-waisted A-line skirt. So it says that it screams timeless sophistication. She says the wrap skirt is a practical secret for a youthful, defined waist. Oh, it's a secret, all right. There's no buttons. That's a good secret. Then she says the graceful maxi skirt for an elongated, expensive look. I like long skirts. And let me tell you something. There's some people that say, well, I'm too young to wear a long skirt. That's debatable to me. I think when you have on sandals, maybe sandals or boots, and you got a nice long skirt on, the skirt is just, now that's when it could be slim to me, like put on a long skirt with some sandals or something flowing. I've heard men say that they kind of, they can't see, but they can imagine. They can't see, but it's just the imagination of just them beautiful legs walking, but you can't see them because the skirt is flowing like in the summertime. I had a guy tell me, he says, I like the way you dress. He said, it's covered up, but it's sexy by its own way. And I never think about it that way, but since he told me, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you because men have a different outlook than what we have sometimes of our own selves, and then we're not dressing for men, we're not dressing, well, they say we dress for women, but I like dressing for Georgianne. I like to put what Georgianne likes. I like to shop in my closet and find me something like, let me put this on today. I feel good with my own clothes. You don't have to tell me how I look or not. I'm good with it. If you tell me, I'm grateful. If you don't tell me, it's okay. Because I looked in the mirror before I left home and said, I like that. I didn't know that looked that good together. I need to try this again. Wow, I'm glad I found that. Just talk to yourself about you. It's not that you don't want a compliment, but you got to make sure when you go out the door, you look the way you want to look. I don't dress for anybody but Georgianne, what Georgianne wants. I might get up in the morning and you get a message sometimes to wear a certain color. And there's a story about that. A woman put on a red blouse for a particular interview. You heard me do this story in one of my other interviews. And the woman said the interview was really bad. It was a bad, horrible interview. But in the end, she said, I like your red blouse. And she said, oh, yeah, because I'm a Delta, whatever she said like that. And the woman said, oh, where'd you pledge? She said, where'd you pledge? She said, oh, my mother pledged. My mother pledged it, something. Come to find out. So they started talking about it. And to make a long story short, the mother, if I get it right, I might get it wrong, but y'all will correct me. The mother pledged with this woman's mother, and they were good friends in college, and they had missed each other, something, And here was the lady coming to this child to get the job that she didn't do well on the interview, but she ended up with the job. How about that? So sometimes the color you may have on may be just a spark that, you get the message that maybe I should wear red. I think I wear red today. Or I think I wear blue today. It's a reason. It's the reason when those messages come to you. It's the same way about these skirts. I mean, I thought this was really a nice video. It's 8 minutes long, and I liked what she had to say. And I hadn't thought about my skirt. I hadn't thought about my pencil skirt, how it fits just right. When you find a skirt that fits just right, you need to keep it. And then my pleated skirts. I love pleats, but I love them based on my mother wearing Ebony Poem. And so because she wore his clothes always had a pleat somewhere. And so I'm excited about pleats. And so my skirt that I wear with pleats, I wear it all the time. I wear it all year round. Matter of fact, I'm not sure what season it is because I wear mine all year round. It's got a little weight to it, but it's metallic. And I wear metallic all year round. Like I wear fur all year round. Don't ask. And then the wrap skirt. I love a wrap skirt. I like the African prints on the wrap skirt. I like the way they wrap, and then they give you a wrap to wrap around your head too. It's nothing like a wrap skirt and you just walking. Sometimes you can hear the dress make noise as you walk. Oh, that's just bad to me. And then the high-waisted A-line. Like I said, I think it looks good. I think it was too much up here, and then hold that up, and then put the belt underneath that. That's I don't know. That's just me. That's much, but I think it looks good on some people. When you have the small waist and you snatch all that in and put a nice belt on, and then it flows down out. It's like this. That's how the skirt looks, but I don't know. Sometimes it looks bumpy, but I don't. That's not my style. But the last one I do like to have a maxim. I like walking. I like this beautiful dress, like a beautiful dress that's long. I do think that's just says something. And it's moving when you move, and you have to wonder what else is moving. You see, but it's a graceful maxi skirt. And it's expensive. So we talk about how to choose perfect fabrics, and it says how to choose perfect fabrics and jewel tones for deep skin tones, whether you're dressing for a special occasion or updating your daily wardrobe. These style tips will help you rediscover your youthful glow and ageless elegance. I think it's nothing like a fine senior citizen. I saw a woman when I went to get some food the other day, and everything was well appointed. Did I talk to you about that? Everything was well appointed. I want to give her a slice of life card. I told my daughter I was going to get some cards, and that's what I need to do, and pass out to people and say, you're my slice of life for today. Because it wasn't over the top, but the bag was well appointed. Her jacket was well appointed. She was getting some food to go. Her cane was even. She had an awesome cane. Her shoes were on point. Everything was, I said, ooh. I said, let me just say this. I'm sorry. I said, but everything you have on is well appointed. Don't you like that? And she was not a youngin'. Not bad in stretch. She was not a youngin'. But just the way she looked, and she was standing there. I love it when we carry ourselves. See, we used to carry ourselves like that. Back in the day, there's nothing like a fine black man and a fine black woman with the fine clothes on. But let me upgrade that a minute. Atlanta, black and white, used to dress well. You saw black and white women downtown with gloves and hats, and everybody carried their bag. And I don't know if we were emulating them, but it was just a way we looked as people. I thought the people in the South were just dressed well. It was the elegance. The black men and white men, they had the cap. Now, didn't nobody white tip their hat to me. Okay, but I'm sure some black men tipped their hat. Maybe they didn't tip it at a white woman because she would holler. There were some Karens back then. We could ask Emmett Till. Okay, I digress. I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm just saying that there was a time when people dressed well. And I think that time is back. From what I see with the young people, it may be over the top, but they're not looking like they just got up in the morning and just put on something that they got out of the washing machine with no ironing on it. People don't look what was that? Used to be a grumble look. There was a term for people. There was a fad, and people looked disheveled, and it was popular to look disheveled. Or the very rich was very disheveled, and the very poor was always dressed up. But I just think you ought to. I think the very rich, if they may be disheveled, but I'm gonna tell you, they got on a good watch, some good shoes, and a good belt on around whatever else they have on. But watch the watch. So don't tell me anything about trying to emulate the rich, because they have their way of signaling themselves. So I digress. So say goodbye to styles that hide your beauty. Don't hide your beauty. You're beautiful at all ages, from 0 to 100. Okay? You just look good. We look good as a people. We look good. Humans, as humans, we look good. Just put something on. Get up and feel good about yourself. I got up and said, oh, I haven't seen this scarf and I don't know when. Let me put it on. I've had this on, but when I put it together, I was like, that's something different. Let me try this. Get up and shop in your closet and put your clothes on. I got a girlfriend live over East Point. She knows who I'm talking about. She's an artist and an artist. She's an artist for sure, and a former classroom teacher. And her closet is full of good stuff. She got drawers full of good stuff. She got all kinds of stuff. I want her to get it all out and give it away. If she's not gonna get up and put it on every day, then let me come and get it, and let's give it away to some young people who might be looking for some of those antique kind of scarves and hats and gloves and all that I know that she has over at her house. One day she's going to call me up and tell me to come get it. She's going to have it all packed up, and I'm going to get it. But in the meantime, in between time, look for Black women over 60 seeking age-defying fashion tips. That's what this woman does. The name of her site, what's her site, is Ebony Lifestyle. Ebony Lifestyle. I love the idea of a skirt, and I love a wrap. You just wrap it around you, and you just step, and it has a little, it might open and it might not. Beautiful. I love you. You know that, and you can't do anything about it.